Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Space Pirates and Zombies 2. Now, when we left off, we had just experienced a black hole generator as well as a mass-driving ship, and if you didn't see that episode, then I would highly recommend watching it. It was actually really hilarious to see how much damage the mass driver actually did. It was just insane. I think it did over 2,000, which was really quite cool, and it almost one-shot our first opponent. Opponent? Yes, opponent. Fantastic. So, now all we need to do is head on in to this lore that I found, because I was actually thinking to myself, I think I'm going to explore a little bit and see what's actually out there, because look at the galaxy. It is huge, and I really think that we should actually start exploring a little bit of it, because you never know, we might find some good bargains, we might find some good places to actually harvest some res as well as some scrap too. Now do bear in mind we have 68 res, we need to make sure that never goes too low, because that is of course used to feed our crew and is used for fuel. So let's head into the lore object, shall we? I think this is entitled What is Res? So we're gonna see what's going on with that. Yes, what is res? Res, or resin, is slang for element 126, which was discovered during the colonization of the Alpha Centauri system. The substance is very unstable in its natural state. It phases in and out of the space-time continuum, whoa, okay, making it difficult to detect. Its discovery accounted for the missing gravitational forces we previously dismissed as dark matter. Oh, wow, okay, well, we're currently doing a lot of research on that, aren't we? So that's pretty cool. Res tends to drift through solid matter, randomly coming into phase and adhering to corporeal particles. It's only during this state modern technology can observe its effects. So that's really cool, and that is one of 3 out of this particular lore object, so hopefully we'll be able to find more about that. So that's pretty cool, I gotta say. So yeah, now we have 92 res and a little bit more scrap, because the lore objects actually do reward you for exploring, which I do actually very much appreciate. So let's see, can I head over there and get some res? I could get some res actually from this field here, can I? I hope so. Yes, I can. And no one gets annoyed at me for it either. Yes, 29 res, so we now have 117. We could potentially... could we? We could sell some res in actual fact, maybe for some scrap, but we do have enough for the next wing attachment, I believe. But maybe we should get some more goons? Nah, I don't think 5 is actually worth it. So there's another lore object here, which I suppose would be a rather nice idea. FeO Gates? Oh, that sounds like something I would be interested in. Okay, so what's going on with these things? Oh my, after the warp gate collapse, many scientific minds stepped forward to resolve the galactic transportation crisis. While the res drive became the primary method for travel, a second warp gate network was also under heavy construction. These new warp gates were smaller and more efficient, being derived from the alien technology discovered at the galaxy core. Trillions of these new warp gates were deployed using a gateless warp slipstream device, scattering them randomly across the galaxy. Randomly? Ooh, okay, that's a little bit dangerous. It wasn't until the network was nearly completed did their critical flaw become apparent. The quantum entangled compounds of the new gates began to interfere with each other, even across the span of light years. The more gates, the more the problem compounded itself. This interference caused the warp jumps to exit randomly within a short distance of the gate's location, rendering the gates useless for practical use. The company abandoned the new gate project, leaving the failed gates still somewhat active. The slipstream device, however, became the prototype for the res drive all starships use today. One advantage the FeO Gates retain, even now, is the speed in which the warp field can be instantiated? Oh my, that is quite the word, isn't it? I have no idea, really. Yes, I have no idea. Ships have been known to utilize the random slipstream jumps as a method to flee attacking ships, rather than risk spooling up the res drive. Well, that is cool. That is very, very cool. I really love the lore in this game as well, because even though I don't even know that much about the universe, it's actually, well, the galaxy technically, it's actually really nice to get a slight background on it. And I'm actually just going to move around the side here. Do bear in mind, however, that we are using more res, I think. Are we using more res? I actually haven't even noticed res going down, so do bear that in mind. Now, we do have a captain over there called Watchgrog. I'm sure he's very drunk. Yes, he's getting the cloning farm. I actually wanted to go over there because it's quite ripe right now, so it would have been nice. But let's head over here to this lore. The miners' conglomerate. Okay, well, let's go and see that. I'd like to try and find a starbase that is also owned so we can do maybe another arena fight or something like that. Several mining outposts were abandoned by the UTA during the Dark Infection. Without adequate protection, many bases were raided and destroyed, while others learned to defend themselves. The few bases that were able to maintain a supply of res cooperated to keep it and defend it from other factions. And that's obviously the miners' conglomerate, I assume. It's actually rather nice that some of the lore is very in-depth and long, and others are just very short. I like that. So, scrap, wait a minute. 65! 65 scrap. Okay, let's actually ransack that if we can.
Extracted.
Sounds good to me. We now have 861 scrap, so exploring is very, very lucrative indeed. Ooh, whoa, do you see that? Do you see that ship there? That actually looks remarkably... well, I think he's dead now. I think he's being attacked by many, many people over there, so yes, don't really need to worry about him so much, but still, that guy actually had a unique design. I think it was a bandit. Yeah, I think it looked like a bandit to me. Well. Okay, so let's go into here. This is going to give us another 100 scrap and a little bit of res and things like that, so that's actually rather nice. I think this will probably be the last lore object that we do for a while. I'm just going to look around for a starbase that is actually owned by someone. The ship computer. Oh, this is cool. Okay. The Jane Frame 9000 Integrated Self-Aware Hyper-Intelligent Operating System, me, is a specialized back-end designed exclusively for busy space pirates on the go. While the standard weapon and defensive subsystems remain mostly unchanged from last iteration, I now have dedicated ports for both a cappuccino machine and elderly assistance railings for escalators. My onboard power supply uses 1.21 gigawatts less energy, resulting in an 80% drop in combustion-related incidents. Oh, fantastic. Oh, yes. Very, very cool. Okay, so, otherwise, I think, is there anything ripe around it? Ooh, that res. 52 res. I'm going to go over there. Hopefully we'll get over there before any of the other captains... Ooh, did we get over there before that captain? Yes, I think we did. Oh, yes. Take that. Okay, so now, let's try and find a starbase that is actually owned. I'm going to try and uncover most of the right side, and then we'll, well, maybe make our way in a little bit further to the core. Sounds good to me. There's another lore object as well. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this is owned by Dalzia III. Whoa, she looks very menacing, shall we say. Yes, I actually not sure what kind of word to use to describe her, but yes, very menacing and kind of creepy as well. Kind of creepy. So let's take a look. Ah, okay, so unfortunately this is the same ship variant, as far as I'm aware, as the one that we had before, which is using black holes. Yes, it is the same one. So I will be cutting away here. I'll defeat this cadet, and then maybe we'll be able to afford a subcore. Okay, so there's level 1 complete. That's absolutely fine with me. That was very, very easy indeed. And we can now head on into the starbase and see if we can buy a subcore. Ooh, wow, she is very expensive. Oh my, that is very, very expensive indeed. Can I afford? Yes, I can actually afford one of these. It's a mulch core. I'm actually unsure whether I want to get a mulch core because, I mean, is that actually good? I actually have no idea. I mean, it's recommended, obviously, because we actually do need one, but I thought maybe the Watch Spire would actually be pretty cool because it's got 29% rarity. Don't know whether that makes any difference to how good it is, but these up here don't seem to have any bonuses whatsoever, so I can assume that, well, they do have some bonuses, don't they? I mean, look at that. They have a little bit more HP, more repair time, I think? Yeah. So, is there a lore object in this section of space? No, there isn't, but there is over there. So I think we're probably going to go over there, just do that, and then return to this starbase to purchase the better one. Well, the more expensive one, should I say. Yes, exactly. Ooh, the Sun Hunters. Okay, that seems like a rather interesting topic. So let's see what they have to say about that. Ooh, the Sun Hunters originally began as a nomadic bounty hunters guild during the Dark Infection. When the warp gates fell, so did the feasibility of tracking targets across the galaxy for credits. They slowly congregated together in a small corner of the galaxy to form the Sun Hunters. In hopes of warding off attacks from other factions, they maintained the fierce imagery of their predecessors' ships and starbases. And that's exactly who we saw. That was exactly the icon or the little sprite that we saw on the galaxy map before that got attacked by many, many captains. So, yeah, that's actually pretty cool to have a little bit of background on those guys. So at least we know now. And now I should have enough, I hope. I should have enough to be able to purchase the subcore. That would be very, very cool to do anyway. So, let's see. Trade. Do I have enough? Yes, I do have enough. Okay, so that is 1,228. I literally have no more money. I could sell some res. So let's actually just trade there. How much do I want to... No. Ah, nice slider. Okay, I like the slider. So let's see. How much am I actually going to be getting for this? I could actually take quite a lot off if I sell about 60 res. Let's sell about 60 res. Why not? There we go. Sounds good to me. And now we can go in and assemble our ship. Ooh, that is... Oh, that's huge. That is a huge part. Okay, so... Oh, no. What am I going to do? Oh, no. Okay, so... let's see. What can I actually do with that? Okay, so I think I'm just going to take these two off here. Going to get this on. Okay, wow. Wow, Okay, I have no idea how this is going to work. Come on now. Get on there. Yes, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I need to definitely redesign my ship because it looks like a junk ship right now. Actually, let's be honest. It has always looked like a jump? Yes. Junk ship, but bear in mind that it could look a whole lot better if I had just put some little bit of time into it. So I'm going to be ending this episode off here. I'm going to spend a little bit of time customizing my ship, and next time you see it, it will probably look like a junk ship. Well, technically it will look a little bit better than that. It will maybe look like a shiny junk ship, maybe something like that. So yes, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.